If you'd say, hey, Chris, watch these YouTube videos on how to do it. The information's out there. Chris, take this course. I literally can't sit through the whole thing. My brain doesn't say, oh, good, that's easy. I'm just going to do these 17 granular steps all in order. I know how to do it now. I literally have to think one step at a time. And by the way, that is too slow. That's why I go out and I get integrators who are step focused in order to do all of those things for me.
Welcome, everybody, to the Chris Harder Show, where we are making you unapologetic about your pursuit of success, knowing that when good people like you make good money, they can then do great things. My name is Chris Harder, and several times per week, I will bring you epic guests, solo episodes, and every single tool, trick, and skill set you need to grow your business, grow your money mindset, and to grow your wealth to levels that you have never reached before. I've ended up in a unique place in life where I've got the experience, the connections, and all of the secrets that it takes to be successful. And I'm lifting the curtain to reveal it all to you in an effort to help put you in a position of abundance so great that you can then be as generous as possible. So let's lock arms and let's get started.
And we're back
with another episode of He Said, She Said.
All right, guys, before we jump in, I hope you heard, and in case you didn't, Lori and I are doing the Built for Bigger Summit. Basically, we're going to build the brand and strategy that positions you for the next $100,000 to $500,000. So if you have a goal that is anywhere between $100,000 and $500,000, we're taking 3 days. We're grabbing a handful of our friends, and for totally free, no strings attached whatsoever, we're going to teach you strategy. We're going to teach you scaling. We're going to teach you what to do when you feel stuck. We're going to give you real life examples in 2026 of what's working, not what worked in 2025. And the best part is, I already mentioned it, is totally free. We haven't done something like this in a long time. We already have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people registered for this thing. If you want to register, all you have to do is go to chrisharder.me/summit. That is chrisharder.me.me/summit. 3 days, Lori and I teaching, getting our friends to teach, no strings attached. If you're trying to grow your business between 100,000 and 500,000, this is for you. chrisharder.me/summit.
Okay, speaking of learning and things that are going to help you to integrate, I want to talk today about the missing piece of integration, because so many of you that listen to this are just like me. The post that I've been putting out about how I'm truly only good at a couple things and how I need a team around me, I need people to help me, and the way that we learn has been resonating more than I expected. Like, so many people have been saying, oh my God, this is me. I felt so bad about this. I didn't think I could be super successful because of this. And I'm like, you guys, literally, this is the truth of most people. Most everyone, especially big visionaries, are probably not great at a lot of things. It's like 2 to 3 things. And the rest, you really have to surround yourself with people and figure out your best way of learning and integrating.
Because I had this exact same problem too. And we're sharing this so that you don't feel broken. Now, half of you are going to hear this and be like, okay, don't worry, I'm an integrator. It doesn't really apply to me. But the other half of you, this is for you. The bigger the visionary, the more trouble you'll typically have actually integrating and executing your plan. It's because your brain's not broken. Your brain is designed differently. It's designed to think differently than the person who sees what could go wrong. It's designed to operate differently than the person who focuses on the small granular details. Your brain is designed to operate differently than the person who sees everything in a logical, linear way. If you're the biggest dreamer, if you're the biggest ideator, if you're the biggest visionary, then you're going to struggle with those other things. And we both fall into that category, yet look at everything we've been able to accomplish. And so we share this so that you don't feel like broken, or you're stuck, or you're like, it's never going to happen for you. We share this so that you say, oh, never mind. That's just who I am. And now I have to go fill in the pieces like Chris and Lori did that actually bring my dream to life.
Okay, so let's going to talk about the missing pieces to integration and the science behind it as well. Because you guys, you don't have an information problem. Like, there is more information on the internet and ChatGPT and all of the things. Like, you can literally ask how to do anything, how to scale your course, how to get an audience, how to do all of the things that you are confused about. Except what we actually have is a habits problem or a behavior problem, because a behavior doesn't change from knowing, it changes from what you're repeatedly doing and from your environment. So what a lot of you are doing is you're learning information, but you're getting information overload. And the thing that your brain is actually trained to do is to discard information that you're not using quickly. So I want you guys to think about this. How fast have you forgotten something after taking a course because you didn't know where to start and you didn't know where to integrate? Because retention drops when you don't apply right away, because application and consistent reps is how you actually learn. So listening isn't going to be how you master things. Watching isn't going to be how you integrate. And going through different things over and over is not going to be execution, because actively executing is going to mean that you're going to need to discuss it. You're going to need to apply it. You're going to need to ask questions. You're going to need to get feedback, because those are all of the things that dramatically improve understanding and action taking. So you don't learn business by consuming it, you guys. You learn it by actually executing it. And I believe that so many of you are overwhelmed with execution because you don't have someone to ask on what to focus on and what you should forget about right now. I can't tell you how many times on our Mentor Collective Mastermind calls, we tell people, you need to focus on this one thing until next week or our call next week. And you need to forget everything else. Like, we don't even want you thinking about those other things until you implement this one thing. And I think that that is the power of, yes, getting all the information, but then knowing what to forget about.
That's me. Like, if you'd say, hey, Chris, watch these YouTube videos on how to do it. The information's out there. Chris, take this course. The information's out there. I literally can't sit through the whole thing. My brain doesn't say, oh, good, that's easy. I'm just going to do these 17 granular steps all in order. I know how to do it now. I literally have to think one step at a time, which is so weird because I can think of 10 business ideas at a time that are all slam dunks. But as far as the granular steps, when it comes to executing, I've got to think about one step at a time, make that goal to take that one step, and then take the next step after that one step at a time, the next step after that one step at a time. And by the way, that is too slow. That's why I go out and I get integrators who are step focused in order to do all of those things for me.
So the other thing that's going to help you to integrate is belief. And if you are not around people who believe in what you're doing or think that it's possible, your belief is going to go way down, which means your action is going to go way down. So something that we do in all of our masterminds is a room full of people who are headed in the same exact direction, doing the same exact thing. That is a room that's going to prove to you what is possible. It normalizes success and it normalizes what you're doing. From the beginning of our entire careers, Chris and I have done a really good job of this. I don't even think we knew that we were doing this immediately, but you and I did anything to get in a room where whatever we were doing was normalized, meaning the people in that room had already done it or they were doing it. So the conversation isn't, do we think this is possible? Or I don't think that's going to happen. Or how do you think you're going to do that? The conversation is, this is how you do it. And it changes everything about the way that you think, because instead of seeing the problems, all you see is possibility.
We've got 2 people in our elite level mastermind this year that are coming all the way from Europe, one from Amsterdam, one from Poland. And it's for the exact same thing you were saying. They're like, we know we want bigger. We know we've got great ideas, but there's not enough people around here. There's not enough of a culture around here for me to flush these out and find people to execute them. Now, it's not to say there aren't plenty of people that know how to build good businesses in Europe. This is them saying there's not enough of that culture around them. So they had to go and find the concentration of that culture, AKA like a mastermind or a business group or something like that. They had to find where that culture was concentrated so they could plug in and execute their ideas that much further and have them normalized, which is what Lori's saying. It's one thing to believe something's possible. It's another thing to know it's possible because you see everybody around you already doing it.
So what truly builds it is celebrating your small wins. So even if you're not going to join a group, maybe you could put a group together of people who are doing the same thing. And that would be to every single week, celebrate the small wins that you did. What did you do? What did you integrate? What are you excited about? What are you proud of? What did you break through? Because that is going to start building that belief of, oh, I did the thing. Oh, look at me. I followed through on that really hard thing. And also when you see people around you succeed, that is a huge belief builder. And something that Chris and I start all of our Mentor Collective Mastermind calls with is wins. And we do this because all of a sudden, if you hear 15 people's wins from that week, you're like, wait a minute. Even though I had a rough week, there are so many people winning. Why did they win? What did they do? This is proof that I could do it too, because that woman that just shared her win is exactly like me. She has a story that's so similar to mine. Okay, let's figure out what she did. Okay, let's start believing that I could win too. Let's create a win for next week because I want to get on here. I want to celebrate. I want to be seen. I want to be encouraged. And so that's another thing, is encouragement is a piece that you cannot get around. I'm telling you, through everything that I did, there were little pieces of encouragement that I got from mentors that I really know that if I wouldn't have gotten those, I don't think that I would be where I'm at, because I am such a words of affirmation person. I'm a person that loves to be called out by other people. I'm a person that loves to be seen in groups. And so this for me was a huge piece of the puzzle, was being seen and encouraged by other people.
Yeah, it's so funny because your brain is always seeking evidence to support or shoot down a belief. The problem is the world has way more evidence that your big idea won't work than it has evidence that it will. And that's what Lori's saying. Put together a group that will give you the evidence, the proof that your idea can and will work.
So the last one is accountability. And if you haven't created this within your life, this might be a really big reason why you are not doing the thing that you want to do. When you think about the jobs that you have had in the past, every single job has had a KPI or something that is expected of you. And then what happens when people become entrepreneurs is there's nobody around them, especially if they don't have a big team yet, who they need to be held accountable to. So guess what? You're going to be more susceptible to falling prey to your fears than you are to showing up, because humans are wired for belonging. So if your reality is that your friends don't really think that this is a great idea, if you're breaking the pattern in your family and they're like, you're probably not going to be able to do this, when it gets hard, you're going to go back to what feels good. And that is fitting in with your family. Even if it doesn't feel great to you, if that is the majority and that is what they're telling you, is that this isn't a great idea or you're not going to succeed, and that's what's reflected back to you, you're going to choose belonging over going for your dream, because we care about fitting in. It's truly what we're wired for, you guys. And so you need to create a form of accountability in people around you in order to go, oh, that's actually not what I want. That's actually not the group that I need to make sure that I'm fitting in with. And you know what? I actually belong more in this entrepreneurial group who thinks more like me, who's doing more like I'm doing, and they're normalizing what I'm doing.
It's interesting because we've got this Built for Bigger Summit, and that is an absolutely free chance for you to do something like that. For you to go be among like-minded individuals, find some people to have some accountability with, to share some ideas with, to normalize some of your beliefs with. It's going to be 3 days, 3 to 4 hours per day. Guys, this is not like some little shit webinar that people do. This is like a big summit that is going to make sure that we bring strategy to visionaries. It's going to make sure that we show you exactly how to build audience in 2026 when you've got all these AI distractions out there. And it's going to teach you exactly how and what AI to be using right now. We're going granular. Our teachers are going granular. We'll probably get a little bit spicy on it. I'm telling you, you need these 3 days, especially if you're a visionary. Go register at chrisharder.me/summit. That's chrisharder.me.me/summit.
All right, we're so excited to see you there, guys. Truly, we'll get to see your faces. We'll get to drop in with you for 3 days. If you've ever wondered what it's like to be an insider inside of our masterminds, this is going to be 3 days that is going to blow your mind, and you're going to understand why our people are getting amazing, mind-blowing results. It's because of all of these things that you have been missing. So we can't wait to see you, and we will talk to you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening. And if you loved this episode and know of someone else who is as successful as they are generous, please pass them on to me. It would mean the world to me if you help me get this cause and this message out to as many listeners as I can. So please, if you liked what you heard, it goes a long way if you take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review and share this with your friends. I'll be forever grateful. And until the next episode, cheers to your success.